Right lads, start of another new video. It's Saturday afternoon, just dropped the other video. Went so well last week so I didn't have much on it. I had tonsillitis, so I'm on antibiotics now, so at least I'm improving. I certainly sound better, so right. Out on the call out to this little farm special. I think it's a 525.50. We're up at Lancaster, so as you can see, backside at tank, you can see that soaking wet through. So we're having a route. Only thing with any oil in it that goes down that side, coming out between cab and chassis in there. Only thing in there is a brake pipe. And it seems to be coming out more when you press brakes, so you can get me torch in here, you can see that brake pipe there. So I'll split that brake pipe there. See if I can unclip it and pull it back out, and I'll probably have to put a joint in it somewhere up here because it goes way down into back end. It goes somewhere to back axle, so I don't really want to be trying to get all that out, so I'll put a joint in it somewhere. I'll bring you back in a bit. I'll try and show you what I do to rejoin them. It is only a secondary brake. Most of the brake on these are in front axle, so it's not ending well, but could be a bit fiddly to get that out, so I'll show you what crack is when we get there. Right, I've just cut the pipe, you can see there. I've just pulled it out. You can see there is where it's been leaking. Pipe's just rusted away. So I'm going to put a new piece of copper through. Just going to have to sort of shove it through and then join it up here somewhere, but I'll show you doing that when I've got it in. It might take a bit of doing. But anyway, the stuff that I'm going to use is this. Just standard copper brake pipe. I'll straighten it out, bend it up, flare it, and yeah, should be right. I'll show you once I've got it in. Now then, back on this little Jimmy project. So I've just taken exhaust off. Right, I'll show you what I've done. So, little plasma cutter, if you can see there, I think. Probably be able to see that. Cut that off. It's down there. And I've cut this off in here. There. So I'm just going to clean the new one up, fit it in place and weld it on really. This is the new one here. So it obviously goes like that. Sorry, like that. To cut them nuts off because they're completely seized up. I need to take shocks off because that spring's broken. that one's broken, and then it wants some new shocks. So I've bought a full 50mm lift. There's some bits from Taxlers there, but yeah, in here there is 50mm lift coils, and then I bought some new tyres for it as well. There's the coils, you can see them. So there's 50mm coils and shocks to suit. So I've bought tyres, bigger tyres, to go on it. So I'll have to get the lift kit and the shocks on before I can take the wheels and put the tyres on. Because obviously they won't fit on, because I've gone for, what size are these? So they're 205, 70, 15. So I've gone for 215, 75, 15. So they're deeper in wall and a bit wider. So it should be good anyway. But I've just gone for a bit bigger and a bit more of an aggressive tread, because obviously I want to take it and do a little bit of off-roading with it. So I'm not going to go crazy off-roading with it, but I do want to go and have a bit of a play with it. I like a bit of off-roading. It gets the lads together and have a bit of crack and send them out. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I get that welded in, and I'll show you what the crack is. And then we'll fit the coils. We'll drop it down, fit the coils, put the spring, put it back up, put the shocks back on, put the bar back on. That red one over there, and then that'll be that back done, and I'll be able to put everything back inside it and exhaust back on and all that. So yeah, that's that done. Right, so as you can see, I've had to cut them out so I can cut the top mounts off. I've got that welded in now. I'll show you that other side. Got that bottom bar fitted, thrown the springs on to their 2-inch lift. So in theory I should be able to make it a bit more centralised. If you can see this side, see where I've welded that on. I welded all underneath. You can see the red bar there. So I still haven't tightened that up yet because I need to adjust it. You can see new shocks, springs, that and that bar. So in theory that should be fairly, there's still a bit of sag on the brake pipe, so that's alright. And that's a full drop. I'll have to put the wheel back on and lay it down on the floor to know where bits of stuff need to go. But once I've done that, that'll be that back done. And then I'll have to move on to the front. So obviously front, just literally springs and shocks. So you can probably see in there, yeah, they're a separate spring to a shock, so pretty easy to do. Jack it up, undo the shocks, or in this case probably cut them off, put the new shock on, take the spring out, put the new spring in, put the shock on. Job's a good one. So both of them springs are actually broken. There's a bit broken off end of both of them. I didn't think they were broken, but they are. So yeah, so next time you see that back, I should have the floor back in. I'm going to put that back in now. The wheel back on, axle centred. That's all the welding in that back done. I'm not going to bother painting it, just rust away anyways. The rest of it's rotten. I'll have to put this exhaust back on, but like, you look at that, that's going to outlive the rest of it anyway. Like this body, absolutely rotten, but it does its job, and it'll certainly be alright for doing a bit of off-roading. I am going to put some lights on it and stuff like that, but I'll do that in a separate video. Well, I say a separate video, I'll do that in a future video because I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah, the Jimmy hopefully should have a bit of a better stance in a bit. Should be a bit taller. Certainly at back end, but it's going to look a little bit daft if I don't get the front done. We'll see how bad it is. Right, I'll bring you back when I've got it all back together. Right, that's that back together now. Back end anyway, all tightened up. You can see how much more we've got, room we've got. I would say that side is about the same as that side roughly, so I'll leave it at that. The front is still to do, but obviously I haven't just done the front because it's run out of time really. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to get the front done today, but at least the back's done. So I might get some more of this done in this video, or this might be it for Jimmy in this video, but no doubt I'll film something else. Just a quick follow on from that load all brake pipe that I did. I showed you making the pipe, but as always it became a rush job. It's cows to feed, so I just got on with it and got it done. But I did video me flaring with my flaring tool. That flaring tool is actually just from Machine Mart. It's alright. You struggle flaring steel pipes with it. It's alright for doing copper pipes, but that was a nice tidy fix, to be fair. Once I'd done it, I never took any pictures out of it, but it was quite a tidy little fix when I'd finished with it. So right, on to the next. Right, here we are back on Jimmy. So I've just taken the front bar off, dropped the shocks off because it's going to have new shocks, new springs and a new bar. So I've dropped, so what I did, I had to take this caliper off, I dropped the shock, dropped the front bar, and then I just dropped the axle down, put the new springs, and you can see new springs are in there, but we're on old shocks. I'm just going to cut the top off them shocks because they're absolutely rusted up. But the Jimmy lift kit comes with the driver's side spring bigger than the passenger side because they sit on cockeyed otherwise. But yeah, it should in theory, once I've put these on front, be ready for these bigger tyres, and then it'll look the part then. And then I can look at doing some other bits and bobs that it wants doing to it. But other than that, it's pretty good to go really. To try and do something with this driver's side front tub mount, it's just completely collapsed. Where the body actually meets the frame at this passenger side, driver's side front, just in front of the driver's wheel, just behind the driver's wheel, sorry, is literally just completely collapsed. So we'll have a look at that. But yeah, I'll show you this when I've got it all in one piece again. Pretty easy job this, to be fair. I thought it would take longer, but it's really simple. So I don't need to do a how-to. I never do them how-tos anyway, really. I don't film enough for them. So yeah, pretty much new spring in, so I'll show you when I put shocks in and got it going. Right, back on Jimmy now. Taking all four wheels off this morning because we have a tyre machine at one of the places I go to, so I'm just going to change them while I'm here. So that's the old wheel and tyre. I'm going to put these tyres on it. They're Insta turbos. I'll show you're better having a look at them when they're on the wheels, but basically let the air out the tyre, put the tyre on the tyre machine, take the tyre off, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do after that, because I'm going to give it a quick wire brush and spray it with black because they look a bit rusty. I'll show you what I'm doing with that. Right, one sec, let's turn that fan off. Right, so you can see what we've taken the tyre off. I've just given it a quick power wash off. Obviously you can see it's very rusty, so I've given the back a quick wire brush off. I'm not going crazy with it. The front, we'll do a slightly better job of getting the rust off, and then we've just rattle canned it, so this is what they come out like. It's not a professional paint job by a long way. It's going to end up covered in mud anyway, so just to try and make it look slightly better, so I'll put the new tyre on that, on new valve, new tyre. I'm not going to bother balancing them because we don't go fast enough for them to wobble, so I'll show you what the crack is once we've got the tyre on. Right, so you can see I painted the rims, put the new tyres on, so they're Insta Turbo Sahara 2 or something like that, I think they're called. They're very fairly aggressive tread on them, as you can see here. That's like a fair amount of tread. Yeah, done all 4 of them. To be fair, them tyres were actually fairly cheap. They weren't even 100 quid each. I bought them online. Obviously you can get them cheap because they're not being fitted, but yeah, not bad at all. Them nice wide tyre, bit deeper inside wall than old ones. Give me a second, I'll get an old one. Right, there's one of the old ones. You can see there, obviously a fair bit deeper inside wall. I know there's a bit worn off them, but yeah, I'll take a quick video of it once I fit them onto Jimmy, and then that'll be Jimmy up back to, well, yeah, pretty good at the minute. I don't think there's anything else that I'm going to do to it just right now. I want some lights on it really. It wants definitely wants some work lights up front and back. Well, I'll see if I can get like a light bar or something to put on it, but light bar's one of them things you've got to buy a right good one, because the cheap ones like eBay specials are absolute rubbish. They last about 30 seconds. The brackets are made of cheese. They really don't do very well at all. So yeah, I'll show you when I get them back on Jimmy, and I'll probably show you putting some lights on it at some point in the future. For right now it'll be fine. On to the next job. Now then, out to another job. This was not a bad little job, to be fair. So this lad bought this as a Arctic trailer to cut it down. So we were just wiring it for him. So I didn't show you it last time, but I have wired all that side, all the side lights on that side. I've wired the back lights. We put a junction box in just behind number plate. Yeah, he's made a decent job of it, to be fair. As the lad, it's sandblasted and sandblasted and painted. But they made a good job of it. So yeah, simple enough job. These side lights, I like to run wires from junction box over to it, back to the crossmem, back to the chassis, along the chassis to the next one, back from this to the chassis to the next one, and all the way to the front. And then the front's got a marker on it as well as the side light. So yeah, I'll show you when you can see all the wires dangling underneath, and that's where the junction box is at the back. So I'll show you that when I get to wiring that. But yeah, pretty much just crash on, and I ran out of wire last time I was here. That's why I'm back again, not quite finished. So good hour and a half, maybe 2, and this should be done. I'll show you it when I've got a bit further along. Right, don't know how much you can see here, but that's the junction box all wired in. So nice tidy job, nice and well sealed up. I've left a bit of slack here. Sorry, I left a bit of slack there because obviously the chances of a plug getting ripped off front are fairly high, so I'm going to leave a bit of slack. But yep, just thought I'd show you that. It's all wired in. I'll show you when it's lit up. Right. So I'd show you this trail lit up. You've got 5 side lights down each side and a marker. They're all lit up. rear lights. Ignore the fact that that's not blinking because I've got it just wired up to a DeWalt battery. So rear lights, number plate light, and 4 lights down that side as well. It's a smart job, that. So that's it for this. Just going to tidy up and then on to the next. Right, we're out at a van today. I won't show you the rest of the van because I don't think the customer will be overly excited about that. So he rings me up this morning, early hours at morning, says I think my van's seized up. Right, okay, so I've just been trying to start it with okay, no different, but I've just looked at oil in here. State of that. That is just sludge. So, put spanner on here. Absolutely seized up solid. Just tried to move it, we're rocking it backwards and forwards, no different. It is literally seized up, absolutely solid. But the van has done 300,000 miles, so it's not done that badly. Well, I think that'll be the end of this bad boy. I think it'll be going to the scrapyard in the sky, because it's not the cleanest van, shall we say, on the outside. But if we do get the job of taking the engine out, or if he decides he's going to have it rebuilt, then we'll rebuild it and I'll film it. But I think that'll be that for that one. Sometimes you come out to these jobs and you're like, oh, I wish it was something simple, and this time unfortunately it is something simple, but it's that simple that it's scrap. So right, on to the next. Now then, just thought I'd do an end to this video. Well, it was a bit of an abrupt ending, but I haven't got a video of Jimmy back together. It's dark now, but I will get a video of it. We're going to take it off-roading shortly, so I'll take some videos of that when we go and do that. Obviously, finish the trailer off. That JCB brake pad, that was a right fiddly job, that, but we got that done. Obviously quite a lot on Jimmy this time. Yeah, so I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Obviously this is going to be the last video before Christmas. It's been a good year for us, a very good year. So we're going to take a bit of a time off over Christmas break. Probably take most of a week off. I will take a bit of a video because I'm going to be doing some work on my Hilux, but other than that, I think next week's video will be fairly steady. Not very much because obviously Christmas break. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and hopefully I'll see you the next one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I know we're only a little channel, but keep trying. I'd like to thank you for watching. It does mean a lot to us small channels when we get a few more views. It really helps. So, right. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching.